What's going on, everyone? Wildcard here, and the Pokemon Emerald Battle Frontier Goal Run is complete finally. I know it took a very long time. So what is this, you may ask? This is not really an episode part of the series, but basically an overview, if you will, of the entire series, like my thoughts, and well, of course at the end of the video you all are free to leave your comments on what you thought about the series. Now, here's a few things that I personally thought about the series. This was my first ever series of videos, well, serious series, since starting YouTube, and I know I've been pretty, what's the word I'm looking for, pretty long with the time gaps in between episodes, because I don't do this full time, and I've been really busy now and then, but eventually I did complete it. And what I would like to say is that, one, throughout the series, looking over it, I realized I used the speed up button way too much, which was this thing. Yeah, and that might have been a bit annoying to watch, and I do apologize for that. In future playthroughs, I won't use the speed up button unless if it is I'm doing some off-screen grinding, then in that case I would use it. But for recording purposes, I will not use the speed up button. Secondly, I lagged a lot before reaching Battle Frontier, because the purpose being I wanted to show my thought process and what teams I would eventually end up building to face the Battle Frontier. And initially the ideas I had worked up to a certain point, like for example I wanted to breed Shedinja using Silver Wind. So in that case I had to get a Dustox, level it up until it learned Silver Wind, and breed it to a female Nincada, and so on and so forth. But you get the idea. And I did the same thing to get a Rhydon with Rock Slide. And I had a couple ideas that end up not really working out so well. I mean, probably it's because how I used it. I probably used it poorly. I don't know. One of my ideas that did seem to work a little better was building Gengar with a Choice Band. Now, initially I know Gengar is the special attacker Pokemon. It has a ridiculously high speed, ridiculously high special attack, and initially I was thinking to give it a moveset similar to what my Alakazam had, like Psychic and the 3 elemental punches. But then I thought that if I did that, he wouldn't have use of both of his stab moves, being Ghost and Poison, which were both physical. So I thought, okay, give him Shadow Ball, give him Sludge Bomb, and give him my Choice Band, because, you know, why not? And make him jolly natured so that he'd still make use of his speed. And I thought Facade, even though I don't think I ever clicked Facade, or I barely used it, I just thought about status moves in mind in that case, and then I didn't really have anything to hit Steel types, so that's why I give him Brick Break. But other than that, I think the Gengar was a good idea. I probably hope to use Sceptile more often, but Sceptile is a pretty good mon in my opinion. The Pokemon that I didn't expect to be as good as it actually was Blissey. Blissey with Counter and Seismic Toss was one of the defining factors in the series. Like, they were... First of all, Blissey is an amazing special wall, and that any special attacker, almost any special attacker I fought against Blissey would win. The only thing that walled Blissey completely was if it faced Gengar, because Toxic can't affect Gengar, I can't Seismic Toss it, and I can't use Counter against Gengar. So that was the only problem, was if I ever ran into Gengar versus Blissey, and it did happen a few times. I do apologize if earlier my commentary was a bit, how do I put this, bland and boring, because earlier on, this is when I now started, and for some reason I really don't know why. I'm just here talking to a computer screen, and I would get nervous because knowing that the potential for a lot of people to be seeing this, and right now it's like whatever. So with all that said, I would try to improve upon everything that was bad about the previous videos. Quote unquote bad. You could feel free to disagree with me if you want, but I think it was an overall success, and I'm actually happy to have not only gotten all the gold symbols in the Battle Frontier once, but twice, because I have done this before on actual handheld console back when the Nintendo, I believe it was Nintendo SP, when that was a thing. And I remember I took way longer because I didn't understand anything about battling. I didn't understand anything about physical special split. I didn't understand anything about natures. I didn't understand anything about IVs. I didn't understand anything about EVs. So that was a task before, and it was frustrating to the point sometimes, because this Battlefront is really difficult, considering that your opponent ends up hitting almost all their one-hit KO moves. If they have Quick Claw activates like every single thing, because I had Golems, I had Rhydons, I had Snorlaxes outspeeding my Alakazam, and Sandslash too, which is impossible unless you have use of a Quick Claw or a Choice Scarf, but Choice Scarf doesn't exist in this generation. So there was that. The one-hit KO moves were a problem, because I remember sometimes when you see Dugongs running around, Dugongs have both Hornedrill and Sharecoal on them. And same thing with, I believe, Lapras. Lapras has a Hornedrill and Sharecoal as well. Wayloads have Fissure, that it can actually get as an egg move, I believe. And I remember a battle I had, and I had to start over, and this was off recording, because the reason I stopped doing all of the battles in between Frontier Brains is because I believe that would be a bit tedious, and nobody really wants to see that. Probably for one time, yeah, might have been okay, but continuously, no. That's why I picked the remaining silver symbols that I had to get once I started one video, and I did the same thing with the gold symbols. And I really do apologize that the battle versus the Pyramid King for the silver symbols, OBS stopped recording. I don't know why, because it happened. Looking back at the recording cut sometime while I was in the pyramid, right on the final floor, right before I had reached the Frontier Burn. It cut directly before the battle, and I probably should have checked the recording, but and I probably should have backed up my save data as well, but it's something to keep a note of for future playthroughs and future games that I would do. So what's new for moving forward? Moving forward, I intend to post more regularly, like minimum of, I want to post a minimum of 3 videos per week. Specific upload schedule? No. But I could post more than 3 videos per week. Like for this week so far, even though I posted it yesterday, which was on the Thursday, I posted 2 videos, and I would post this one, which is today, on the Friday. So that would make 3 videos. But if I have to post any more videos, I may post more videos today, or I might save them for next week, because to be quite honest, I'm really not sure what my schedule would be. But I can tell you 2 ideas for 2 possible playthroughs that I would like to do. I'm considering either doing 1 of 3 playthroughs. Either I would like to do a Pokemon a Red Rescue Team playthrough. 2, well, is one of these 3. 2, Dragon Quest Monsters Joker, or 3, Digimon Will Dawn or Digimon Will Dusk, whichever one. So either one of those 3 games. I mean, eventually I think I would like to do a playthrough on all 3 of them, but taking it one at a time, I think the one that has the most playable value, in my opinion, that may be the longest, is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, only because if I am doing a playthrough of that, I would like to do videos on, I remember there are certain floors where you have to get through 99 floors, and to accomplish, well, I know you get access to certain legendary Pokemon like Celebi and whatnot. So I would really love to do recordings on those videos. Well, yeah, those games like that. But I know that would take really long to do. But if I manage to do this, I guess I'm up for that challenge. So yeah, and another thing that I would like to do, I will be revisiting Pokemon Showdown, but for a different kind of series. I think I want to do a Pokemon Showdown video on the team that I would actually use for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, and then I'll start a new series called, I have no idea because I didn't come up with a name yet, but I will have one by the time that video is. But I would like to start a series based on Pokemon that, well, featuring Pokemon that people don't really use that often. Like, say for example, and this Pokemon will be used in one of the videos, Farfetch'd. People don't really use Farfetch'd, and I would play with it with these Pokemon in whatever tier they belong to. I would build a team revolving around it, and after I featured 6 Pokemon, I would take the 6 featured Pokemon, put them in a team, and then go and play with them in OU and see how well it does. I have no idea how that would work out, but if we lose all, we lose all. If we win all, that would be great. But depending on how that series goes, as far as who I will start the series with, well, if you have watched any of my earlier videos on Pokemon Showdown, I think you would have an idea, if I haven't given it away already, on who would be the first Pokemon the video would it be about. So until then, those videos would look out for them either next week or later this week. Most likely it would be next week, depending on my schedule. So yeah, that's it for now. Until next video, goodbye.